Welcome to the CPM Customer Success Podcast, where we help Office of Finance leaders enable an exact solution to enhance their corporate performance without spending countless nights and weekends in the office. Hi, I'm your host, Andy Smetana from Nova Advisory. Nova Advisory is a 100% OneStream professional services diamond implementation partner. We help OneStream customers and prospective OneStream customers get the most out of their OneStream investments. For CPM Customer Success listeners, we now have a weekly email newsletter to keep you informed on the latest CPM Customer Success news. By subscribing today, we'll keep you informed on episode releases, including customer success stories, OneStream interviews, and capabilities to keep you up to date about OneStream's unified platform for finance. You can check that out now at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success podcast newsletter today. Today's episode is all about bridging one of the most stubborn gaps in the enterprise, and that's the divide between sales and finance planning. We'll explore the challenges of keeping sales and finance separate, the benefits of managing them within one platform, and the real-world outcomes you can expect. So let's start with a reality check. Many organizations, sales and finance, they live in separate silos. Sales is focused on territories, quotas, and incentive comp. They're often managing all that in spreadsheets or in CRM add-ons. And then finance is forecasting revenue at a high level, disconnected from the actual sales pipeline data. And when those numbers don't line up, both sides scramble to reconcile, often weeks after decisions should have been made. This misalignment leads to missed revenue targets, inefficient resource allocation, and incentives that don't support profitability. For CFOs, this can be incredibly frustrating. OneStream's sales planning solution was designed to solve these challenges head-on. This solution enables complex, driver-based sales planning directly within the OneStream platform. It delivers detailed models supported by relational database tables, structured planning with intuitive OneStream dashboards and guided workflows, and seamlessly ties sales assumptions to financial outcomes, things like P&L, cash flow, and balance sheet. Beyond better forecasts, this solution is geared towards unifying the mechanics of sales planning. But planning is only part of the puzzle. Next is execution, and that's where the sales performance management solution comes in. This purpose-built OneStream sales performance management solution extends OneStream's capabilities for both sales operations and finance. It enables organizations to set sales targets, monitor their progress, and pair performance with goals to drive sales effectiveness. It provides geospatial tools to define and manage sales territories, ensuring fair account distribution and visibility into your team's performance. With sales performance management, you can align incentive plans with financial and strategic outcomes, ensuring reps focus on profitable growth, not just volumes. If paired with OneStream sales planning, sales performance management creates a complete loop. Planning, quotas, territories, incentives, all tied to financial outcomes, all tied together within OneStream's one platform. The risks of keeping sales and finance separate are clear. You have disconnected forecasts. You've got incentives that drive the wrong behaviors. And you've got delayed decisions due to endless reconciliations. Unified sales planning will flip this script. You'll align incentives with financial goals. Allow sales and finance teams to stay in step with one another. Your sales leaders can see the targets that make sense for them. Your finance leaders will see reliable forecasts, and both can respond with agility when the market shifts. The benefits here are forecasts are rooted in real pipeline data. You've got the ability to adjust quotas, territories, and incentives on the fly, and you can also drill back into those assumptions for various explanations. Now let's ground this conversation with some real-world CPM customer success stories for this week. The first customer success story is a customer with over 500 salespeople relying heavily in Excel to manage their annual sales planning and sales goal setting process. The problem they had? Well, these sales plans were completely disconnected from the company's annual operating plan. Different teams created different versions of the truth, And by the time finance and sales reconciled those numbers, they were already outdated. By moving this to OneStream's unified sales planning solution, this company eliminated the chaos of multiple spreadsheets. They've gained a single, reliable model where sales goals roll directly into their financial plans. The results? Improved visibility, versioning errors, and the agility to adapt their plans when markets shift. Now let's shift gears to the second CPM customer success story for this week. Another customer with 250 salespeople struggled with their incentive compensation plans. Their process was partially offline. They had plans and payments, they were downloaded into Excel, and they were manually reconciled every month. Their finance teams had no visibility into how incentives were driving behavior, and their sales leaders couldn't clearly see whether their incentives were aligned with their business strategy. With OneStream's sales performance management solution, they shifted to a unified system. Incentives were no longer a mystery. They were connected to sales goals and financial outcomes. Leaders could now monitor incentive effectiveness, make timely adjustments, and ensure that sales reps were focused on profitable growth, not just hitting volume numbers. These examples highlight a common theme. When sales and finance operate separately, organizations face inefficiency, lack of visibility, and risk. But when unified, companies gain transparency, harmony, and dexterity. Now here's how leaders interested in adding sales planning to their repertoire should prepare. Before integrating with a CRM system like a Salesforce, ensure that the data being pulled in is clean and up to date. Develop a plan for change management. Sales teams will need training and clear communication in order to get the most out of the solution. Make sure to define roles, who manages your quotas, who approves territory shifts. Many orgs start small with quotas and forecasting. By starting small before layering on territory incentive management, they can grow over time. Handled carefully, these steps pave the way for positive adoption and an optimized process. Now, when all is said and done, with unified sales planning, finance leaders gain more reliable guidance for their stakeholders, faster responses to shifting market conditions, and built-in workflows and audit trails. Sales and finance get to work from the same system that also manages their close consolidations and enterprise planning and increase the overall strength of their operations. By connecting sales forecasts, quotas, territories, and incentives directly into their financial strategy, organizations unlock the power and insights that spreadsheets simply can't deliver. So if your organization is struggling with fragmented planning, now is the time to explore how OneStream can unify sales and finance. And at Nova Advisory, we're here to guide you on every step of the way. We don't stop at the implementation. We drive adoption, ensuring your whole team confidently embraces this unified approach. Thanks for joining us for this episode of CPM Customer Success. Reminder to check out the CPM Customer Success weekly email newsletter to stay informed of the latest CPM Customer Success episodes and OneStream news. You can check that out now at the Nova Advisory website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success podcast email newsletter today. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week for another episode of CPM Customer Success.